What is going on, guys? So iOS 13 is not iOS 13, 14 iOS. I can't talk today. I can't talk. Okay, I'm just gonna finish this video right here because I cannot talk. Okay, see you on the next one. Peace. Alright, let's try this one more time. What is going on, guys? So iOS 14 has just been released to the public. It's not a beta anymore. Anybody can download this right now. You can go to your settings, click on software update, and install the beautiful iOS 14. Man, I said that right. I am so proud of myself right now. So in this video, I don't only want to show you the new features, but in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to make iOS 14 really useful. I'm going to be telling you a bunch of tips and some tricks that not a lot of people are telling you about, and I think you should know. Before I start though, I just wanted to let you know that inside of Apple Music in iOS 14, there is so many new features and changes. I actually made a video just about Apple Music inside of iOS 14. So if you guys love Apple Music, if you want to see what's new, go ahead and check out this video. But now let's start. Let me tell you a bunch of good stuff that you need to know about iOS 14. Time to make it useful, baby. So with iOS 14 now, we finally get a minimal call interface. So when somebody calls you, you can just continue with your phone. You can actually do a bunch of things. Here's a tip for you. If you actually swipe it up, you can actually tap on the top and have the call appear back again. And then once the full screen actually shows up, you can just tap on your home screen, or you can just swipe up on your home screen and you'll get back on your home screen. So it's finally here. You know that annoying family member that always calls you, or that annoying friend that always calls you, or that annoying business partner that you just don't want to talk to right now? You can just ignore them now. Let's say you're having a party. You invited 300 people to your big mansion, your big house. There's your dad's car in the pool, inside of the pool. Somebody put the car inside of the pool. The kitchen is on fire. Your dog is in the roof. People are screaming. Your mom calls you. What do? You're not going to answer that phone call. You're going to ignore it. I mean, it's not good that you hang it up, because then your mom knows that something's up. So you can just let the phone do its thing. You can just swipe up. I mean, don't do a party with 300 people and don't tell your mom with your dog on the roof and your kitchen on fire. And it's useful, okay? It's amazing. We finally get picture-in-picture as well on the iPhone. It works with FaceTime. So let's say you're FaceTiming somebody and you want to go to your home screen. It's not going to be paused. You will actually still be able to see that person in picture-in-picture. I love this feature. I'm using it so much with my girlfriend. It's amazing. I love it. I love it. I love it. It doesn't only work with FaceTime. It also works with video platforms. So let's say Disney Plus, Netflix, you can do that as well. And also, here's a tip, because in this video, I'm showing you how to make this really useful, right? YouTube doesn't currently work with picture-in-picture, the YouTube app. But if you actually go on Safari, you tap on a normal video on YouTube, you put it on full screen. If you swipe up, if you go to your home screen, there you go. You're welcome. It works with the website, not with the app. You're welcome. Backtap is an incredible and very futuristic feature. It's not really a feature. It's like an accessibility feature, but it's still a feature. Feature. So if you go inside of your settings, accessibility, touch, and then you tap on backtap, you can actually select whatever you want the backtap to do. So let's say if you double tap on the back of your phone, you can take a screenshot. You can go to your control center. You can do whatever the heck you want. I mean, it's so cool. Do this to people, okay? Turn this feature on. Show the girl or the boy you want to impress. You double tap on the back of your phone and you're like, I just took a screenshot. Widgets are finally here on the home screen. There's a bunch of different widget sizes. There's small, big, you can do whatever you want. My personal favorite widgets are the calendar, the activity app to see my activity ranks throughout the day without actually opening the activity app. Water reminder, I can just track my water intake straight from a button that takes me directly to the app, which is amazing. Lumi to check out the golden hour for me to take the best photos, and Yazio to see my nutrition level. All of these widgets are amazing. There's a bunch more widgets on the App Store that you guys can download the app and then they will have widgets. The AirPods Pro also got some love with iOS 14. If you go to your control center, tap on the volume button, you'll now be able to see a new spatial audio button. tap that and you'll have spatial audio on your AirPods Pro. Now, this isn't really useful for music. It is very useful whenever you're playing a movie. It is seriously incredible, amazing. Like, you can't believe it. Like, close your eyes and you'll feel volume all around you. It is amazing. Like, when you're watching movies on your iPad or on your iPhone, you'll be like, who's there? You'll feel like somebody's in your house. Don't worry, nobody's in your house. It's just the brand new spatial audio feature on the AirPods Pro. Let's talk about emojis, because I love emojis. My favorite emoji is the lemon emoji. You probably know why. I love emojis, and now inside of the emoji keyboard, we finally get a search bar. What is that search bar for? Well, I mean, hopefully you're not dumb and I don't need to explain it. So you already know what it is.
Well, I don't know what it is.
How do you not know what it is? John, are you dumb?
No, explain it.
Oh gosh, for those of you who don't know, there's actually a search bar to actually search your emojis. So you can just search hearts and you'll get a bunch of hearts. You can just search lemons and you'll get a bunch of lemons. I love this feature. Like, you know that emoji that it's like impossible to find? You can just search it now. You're welcome. All right, so here's a very useful tip for you. With iOS 14, we now get the app library. The app library is basically all of your apps in one place, organized by Apple inside of folders. The biggers will mean that you use those apps more than the others. It's great. It's useful. I don't really use it that much, but it's cool. But now in your actual home screen where the widgets and your actual apps are, here's a very useful tip for you. If you actually hold an app, there will be two options: delete and remove. If you actually remove, you won't actually delete your apps. So if I were you, I would remove, not delete, remove all of your apps that you don't really use every single day. They will be at the app library for you when you need them. So only put the essentials. Don't only put like 1, 2, maybe 3 screens, and then all the other apps will be on your app library. It will be a much more clean look for your iPhone. You will be way much more productive. You will work more. You will be a billionaire, and you will thank me later. When you become a billionaire, give me some, because Apple is releasing a lot of products this year and it's going to be expensive. So donate to me if you're a billionaire, please. Thank you. You know those people that you text the most inside of iMessage? Your mom, your dog, your girlfriend, whatever it is. Inside of iMessage now, you can actually pin chat and they will sit right on the top. So those people that use the most, they are a tap away and they will never move. They're pinned. Default internet browser. If you do not like Safari for some odd reason, because Safari is amazing, but let's say you like Chrome on iOS better, we can now finally put a default browser inside of an iPhone, for example. Go into settings, go into Chrome, and there you'll be able to put the default internet browser. So now when you tap on links, Safari won't open, Chrome will open. So that's great. I know a lot of people were waiting for this. I personally wasn't, because I like Safari a lot. I personally like it way better than Chrome, at least in iOS. So for those people, Apple is done. Apple has served you. Thank Apple, not me. I didn't do this. Thank Apple. Before I finish off the video, I wanted to tell you one more trick, and that is, remember when I was telling you to like remove the apps from your home screen because of the app library? So here's something very cool. You can actually remove entire pages. You do that by holding an app like this when the apps wiggle, you know, apps are wiggling. Okay, so you actually tap this right here and then you'll see this. So now you can actually remove or add pages, which is pretty cool. So you're welcome. Maybe you don't like a page, so you can just delete it entirely, or maybe you do, but maybe you just want it when you're working, whenever the heck you want. You can do that. That's it. I'm not going to tell you more tips, not more tricks. Tell me, you tell me now. I want to know some more tricks, some more tips, because I can take tips and tricks of iOS 14 all day. Thank you. Update to iOS 14. It's amazing. It's an amazing new software, and enjoy it. Okay, I'm going to leave to the party where I'm going to go fix my dad's car. Peace.
That's life. That's life. That's what all the people say.